What about my love? Wasn't it enough? Just let me know so I can hold.
Speaking of Dante, his favorite quarterback got extended. By his favorite, I mean this dude cannot stand him. Trevor Lawrence contract. He is now one of the top 3 highest paying quarterbacks, which ironically, if you look at it, the top 3 highest paid quarterbacks are all on cat teams. You got Jared Goff on the Lions, Joe Burrow on the Bengals, and now Trevor Lawrence on the Jaguars. Bryce Young, there will be a massive payday for you in the near future. Do not worry. So Trevor Lawrence's contract, what we think about it, and also what other quarterbacks are going to get paid. I was about to say, I already know Hayden's looking forward to this part for specifically his quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, if you couldn't tell by the big ass Green Bay Packers flag in the background. So Hayden, I know you said yesterday, after you try to spoil topics and the other show, I know you said yesterday that you have a lot of rants. Also, shout out to Young K3. I don't know if I said that correct. Thank you for your
better you than me trying to say it.
You didn't have to do that, but you did, and we appreciate it.
Yeah.
So Hayden, I know you and Don are the ones that have big rants about this. So Hayden, I'm gonna start off with you because I am just so intrigued.
All right.
I'm just ready to hold on real quick. I just want to look at it. Wait like 5 seconds. Wait 5 seconds. All right. It is the 16:30 mark on the show. I want to see how long this rant goes. Go ahead, Hayden.
So. Trevor Lawrence got a contract, which I'm not mad that they extended him. Like Don mentioned I believe on when they extended him, and it was him and Dante before. Yeah, in the live stream. That's not the issue. The issue is the $55 million average that he's going to have in that contract. You're telling me guys that like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, can't mention Joe Burrow since he's already up there, Jalen Hurts, and Justin Herbert, and many other quarterbacks who are better than Trevor Lawrence actually got contracts that are less than that. What are the Jaguars doing? Because Trevor Lawrence didn't even have a better year than Tua Tagovailoa and Jordan Love, two quarterbacks who are looking for contracts, and both of them are gonna look at this and probably be like, we want more. So I am very pissed off with the Jaguars. They can go and honestly fuck themselves right now.
Whoa! All right.
Because here's the thing.
Censorship.
Here's the thing. Jordan Love last year had his ups and downs. We all know what happened in the Raiders game where he threw 3 interceptions and no touchdowns, had 182 yards.
Hold on, say that again for Can't Get Right, because Raider Nation's is starting to flow. And so say that again for Raider Nation. Y'all know I love and support y'all. What was that? What was that again? How many was what?
3 interceptions on 182 yards on 30 pass attempts.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Raider Nation. I'm not going to do the growl that y'all do because I can't feel it. But for the homie Rap, I will give a shout out to Brock Bowers. I don't know if I'm sorry, Graf, if you're watching this.
But still, you had him who had his worst game versus the Raiders, struggled up and down versus teams like the Broncos, where it looked that one of the touchdowns was somehow a touchdown. I don't know how Romeo Doubs dropped that. Thank you, Drayden Reed, for being there to catch it. And it's saving my sanity from that.
I said he was going to be a wide receiver. That's the point. That's another topic. Keep going.
It's every other week, sir. But anyways, no, never mind. I actually got it mixed up. Either way, one of them dropped it, the other caught it. And yet, at the very end of the game, the very viral clip that goes around this community, if you know from that game, of me absolutely losing my shit on Jordan Love for throwing the stupidest pick he has. Now, here's the thing with Love. Did he get better in the year? Yes, I'm not going to deny that. And I won't be mad if they extend him. I just think that this contract is going to screw over a team like the Green Bay Packers, where you got Jordan Love, who started off the year hot versus the Bears, had a good game versus Atlanta, then got fucking cold after that versus Saints. Somehow pulled off a comeback in that game. I don't know how the fuck that happened, but it did. Thank you. I'm starting to get off. All right, but still, you had that, but yet you see Trevor Lawrence get $55 million, and you're going to be in Jordan Love's situation, be like, look, I started off bad, but I found my footing. I want more. And the Packers are going to be like, well, we do want you to be here. You are a guy, but can we do it? And Love can be like, I'm just going to show up and play, but I want this done. And both sides do. I'm not mad for Packers fans out there who are about to get on my butt about this. I'm not mad if they give him a Daniel Jones type of contract, a contract where you can manipulate. It's crazy now saying that type of contract is a good contract, which is insane, but it is now after Trevor, and I'll view it as a success where it won't screw you in cap hell. It won't screw you over as badly as this Trevor contract did for the Jaguars. Because here's the thing with Jordan Love last year on why I won't be mad if they extend him as well. Because last year, Jordan Love was in 7th in passing yards and 2nd in touchdowns. He had the best second half of the season by any quarterback statistically, brought the Packers to a NFC divisional round appearance, helped the Packers absolutely destroy the Cowboys. That scoreboard does not show the justify how badly the Packers screwed over Dallas. Jordan Love looked absolutely amazing in that game. Aaron Jones kept running the ball down and getting them in positions for that as well. You got to give credit to LaFleur's offense there. But it's just baffling how much they gave Trevor Lawrence. Because you got Jordan Love looking at it, and then Tua, who led the entire NFL in passing yards, and he's going to be like, hey, I had a better year than him. I made the playoffs. We had a better record than the Jaguars ever had under Trevor Lawrence. I want to get paid like that. It completely screwed over this QB market because you're going to have these quarterbacks who are going to want the contract. And I can't even imagine what the market's going to look like now when guys like CJ Stroud is up for a contract. Anthony Richardson, if he can play at a better level and learn from injuries and rely on that weapons he got and Jonathan Taylor there, that's going to be interesting to see. And then if any of these young QBs prove out from this past class, like Williams, May, May, Daniels, Nix, JJ, like if any of them pan out, what's it going to look like there? That's why this Trevor contract really threw a wrench in basically the whole NFL QB market. And the only few teams who are viewing this and laughing and enjoying this are the Chargers with Herbert and probably the Chiefs with Mahomes. Because you look at this, you're like, in 3-4 years, I'm going to have a guy who they consider to be under a cheap quarterback deal. I'll gladly take that any day. Now, of course, for the people in Mahomes saying it's $500 million, basically, well, guess what? That's spanned over 10 years. And the average is way less than what Trevor's making. But that's my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting because this is not the first time that Jacksonville has reset the market at a certain position. Let's not forget Zay Jones. Or not Zay Jones. Christian Kirk. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
There. I don't know why I always confuse those two. But yeah, let's not forget Christian Kirk when everybody was like, why are they giving this contract? How have they reset the market? And it's just, I don't know if it's like, we've got the boy wonder. We have, the stadium with the pool. I don't know if it's like
Does the pool
with
bring in the revenue?
With Jacksonville, it's like they've seen some success. And I don't know if they're thinking like somehow they've just become the darlings. But it is interesting to just see that they're like, we need to reset the quarterback market, or they're not the quarterback market. We just need to reset the market in all these positions. And it's with guys that just aren't worth it. Christian Kirk was not worth doing that with the wide receiver market to begin with. Trevor Lawrence is not worthy of being tied the most paid quarterback. He's not. No. You can go back to let's go to the one playoff win that they had where they won the division. And even then, your defense helped you win that game against the Titans because Trevor Lawrence wasn't able to do anything. So your defense got you that win against the Titans to clinch the division.
Chargers.
That is besides the point.
Division.
Anyways,
I thought you were
let's
talking
then go to the
playoff.
game. Let's then go to the game against the Chargers, where their coach, they being the Chargers, is now fired. Brandon Staley, he's gone and choked, known for choking, choked away at the half because for whatever reason, he stopped using Austin Eckler before Austin Eckler's wheels just fell off the whole trailer. And what was it that got Jacksonville back in the game? It was running the ball. ETN's the one that needs that money. That's just factual. Yep. ETN is the one that needs all the money.
You know, I cannot
because
wait.
that man has definitely saved Trevor Lawrence's hide in so many games and is the reason why, like, if they used ETN a lot more, they'd be winning a lot more games. And people said I was crazy for saying that Jacksonville was going to go 8-9 this year and that the Texans were going to win the division. Yeah. I was right on both of them. Kiss my ass.
Honestly, before Don goes, I cannot wait for when ETN is gone because they can't pay him, and it's going to be Tank Bigsby, and everyone's going to be looking at this and be like, okay, it was ETN, and we're just going to sit over here and be like, we told you.
By the way, that was about a subpar, like near 9-minute rant for Hayden, just saying. I was looking at the time and just forgot to announce it. But yeah, so you get him to the playoffs, you get playoff experience, whatever. He wins the one playoff game thanks to ETN, because let's also not forget, Kyle Van Noy almost dropped the game-sealing interception, which would have been his 5th. That is simply just because Kyle Van Noy dropped it. Any one of us up here could have made that catch. There is not enough to show that he deserved to reset the market like that. Yeah. Nothing he has done has shown this. I don't know where the Jacksonville fans are out here going like, yes, he's shown it, blah, 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 blah. He's worth all this money. Besides the fact that they were like, we just want to go ahead and lock him up and reset the market. But you're also looking at the fact that your divisional opponents aren't, it's not like we're going to do a power move of, we're going to reset the market to, screw over everybody, including our divisional opponents, when all of them are on rookie contracts.
I will say all of them are
years that you don't got to worry about it. The market's going to reset by then.
And who knows what their cap space are going to look like. Yeah, you got also, 3 rookies there. 3 rookies there with Richardson, Levis, and of course, CJ Stroud.
Yeah. So it's I don't know what was exactly happening with Jacksonville. I don't know what the reasoning was. There was no need to do that. He was not worth all that money. And all the people that it's potentially screwing over aren't in your division. Yeah. Again, we look at Green Bay with, Green Bay, they're in the NFC right now with Jordan Love, like Hayden already went about. Another one that he shortly mentioned was Tua. So unless you're trying to control like the state of Florida, maybe, but that's not happening. Tampa's still in that state.
Tampa just paid Baker. They made they got that done before.
Yeah, I don't see the appeal. I don't see the reason why. But the people that it does affect are, again, Green Bay Packers, because people are already saying, oh, they might extend Love this year.
It's confirmed. Both sides are working on getting it done by training camp. That our GM said that on a podcast.
Which is just going to be a mistake, and another like 20-minute rant from Hayden when that eventually.
Don't get me started on that.
But that is besides the point. Tua, who knows what his contract's going to look like? Maybe he can. I don't know if Tua's going to be like, I want all this money, despite the fact that they haven't really shown much. Another one is Dallas with Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Because you got to worry about him. There, a couple of guys are going to be gone after this year. DeMarcus Lawrence, Zach Martin, all those guys are going to be gone.
Who knows?
They're probably retiring. This is probably their last year. Then you got to worry about Micah Parsons.
Who's going to
got to worry about CeeDee Lamb,
who could reset the market again.
So,
resets.
This is So that's rough for Dallas right off the bat there.
Don't feel bad.
Also, Trey Lance, also in Dallas, just because it's the end of it, which I guess they can exercise 5th year, but still, not that Trey Lance is good, but that is besides the point.
By the way,
so both their quarterbacks are on contract years. Again, Tua, we talked about. Another guy for both of them, Justin Fields. for Pittsburgh. And also I think Russell Wilson. So it's
Wilson, I think it's locked up for 2 years.
There's a lot of quarterbacks that are looking at this. And again, you look at Dak Prescott, who has been in MVP talks, was in MVP talks last year, highly regarded as top 10, top 12, whatever you want to say. It just plays on Dallas, who does not pay their players and will have to break the market for probably Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb and now potentially Dak Prescott. So, knowing Jerry Jones, you're not going to get all three of them. So
I think CeeDee goes.
Interesting for a couple of teams. I'll call this shot now. Stafford retire this year, and Dak's your new LA Rams quarterback in 2025 and beyond. I don't know how much beyond that is because he's already in his 30s, but I mean, I can see it.
I'm just saying
it's possible, but like
that could imagine Dak with a good offense, like offensive play caller too. And not
the Dallas offense is good. They just need a competent coach and owner.
Yeah, that's what's holding Dallas back.
Let's look at this. Jordan Love again. Jared Stidham. Nobody cares. Yeah. If we want to be specific, Sam Darnold, which obviously he's in no threat of. In no threat of resetting the market. I
don't know if the Jags do get a hold of him.
Pretty much everybody else is backup. Although unironically, both Mac Jones and CJ Beathard, QB2 and 3, their contracts are up after this year. So I guess
what
is Trevor sharing the money? I don't know.
What I don't get, if you trade for Mac Jones, why send Trevor? Why not give him the competition?
Well, I mean, it's still going to be competition because you need a solid QB2. It's not like Mac Jones was going to threaten to take his job, but I mean, I agree. He needed competition. It's going to be somebody that'll at least hopefully keep Trevor on his heels, but Shad Khan running it, who knows?
Probably not.
Who knows? Don, I know you've been sitting on your hands for this rant. I've already looked at your notes, so I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
It's 32 minutes in this show, by the way. So
it is interesting. It'll go quick though. It's kind of ironic that I want to talk logically on contract signings, but I'm using an example that is totally illogical. Awarding a contract to Trevor Lawrence, making him tie for the highest paid quarterback in football, was not only illogical, in my opinion, but dangerously stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I have no issue, as I said before, with the Jaguars signing and paying Trevor Lawrence, but not with the amount to make him the highest paid.
No.
His statistics have been compared equal or slightly inferior to former Jags quarterbacks Blake Bortles and Gardner Minshew.
Yep. There was another guy on a contract.
Would you pay them $55 million?
I would pay Gardner Minshew $55 million. No, I'm kidding.
His stats are also very eerily similar to Daniel Jones of the Giants, who got $40 million.
I was about to say the Giants would pay him $55 million.
And fellow Jag Mac Jones. Those statistics are very similar. So should Daniel Jones or Mac Jones get $55 million? They have the same statistical performance. So by that logic that the Jaguars are using, we're paying for mediocrity. They should be paid also.
I already know
they should pay me for watching their games.
Well, we're talking about how it's going to influence other quarterback signings, and we've already mentioned Jordan and Tua.
Mm-hmm.
They both have better stats and performances.
Way better.
So by the logic put forth by the Jaguars, they should be paid less than Trevor. Because Jacksonville states to the NFL, you only reward mediocre performance.
I'm terrified if he has a Daniel Jones situation and this contract screws us that we're going to pay him. I wasn't mad about ending him. I was mad about the money we're going to give him, and seeing this is even worse.
Yeah, they really did a
Yeah,
number
it's,
on the NFL. It just makes
for like
no
the
sense.
second year in a row. They can't keep getting away with this.
They can't. Please. No.
Somebody deal with Shah Khan.
I cannot
Like
wait
that.
for when they cannot pay ETN, cannot pay if other players step up and have big years.
Well, they already secured Josh Allen, so
I know.
we
I
ain't
was
gotta
gonna
worry
say I
about that
can't
part.
say their best player defensively, but they can't pay Evan Ingram when his contract's eventually up. Christian Kirk again. They just got Brian Thomas Jr., which I think will be a fine move for them in a few years. They couldn't pay Calvin Ridley this offseason.
Oh, Calvin Ridley was not worth the money he got anyways.
I agree. Tennessee
that's besides
overpaid
the
him, but
point.
Still, they could have gone cheaper, re-signed him, and used that draft pick on something smarter. But it's the Jaguars, to be fair. But still, like, I think this is going to bite them down the road in 3-4 years when Trevor's making $55 million and players want to get paid.
Yeah, I will say I do like what Torque has to say here. Of if Anthony Richardson turns out to be really good, the Jags might be in hell for years and years of going from, or 𝗕𝘂 could go from best prospect since Manning to third best in his division, which is true because again,
it could be fourth.
I think as weird as it is to say, I do think that injury for AR was potentially one of the best things to happen for him. And the only reason I'm saying that, I mean, I'm a Florida fan. You can see it right here. It's on my chest. But like the only reason I'm saying that is because he was still, he was drafted 4th overall based off of his raw potential and just, talents that he has. And I mean, I'm gonna say it, the backflips. The dude's got crazy athleticism.
Right.
Dude literally will hurdle a defender while he's running with the ball. I mean, it happened before against like USF. So, he's got crazy athleticism and raw talent, but again, just didn't have the best stats in high school and definitely not in college.
No.
And I'm not saying like stats is everything, but dude was still young. Dude was only a starter for 1 year at Florida. And now he's being granted when he was playing in those 4 games, he looked good, had a standard like 2-2 record, then got injured and had the rest of the year to learn under Gardner Minshew, a veteran, and also just learn the playbook. Like he sat down and was able to learn. So yeah, I mean, I do absolutely agree with you on that one, Torque. If Anthony Richardson turns out to be really good, you already got CJ Stroud, who looks like the best, who is the best quarterback in the division, granted, unless he has like some sophomore slump. But I don't think this was just a 1-year thing. I think he came out of the gate swinging and he's going to continue swinging. We get to see what Anthony Richardson looks like. We'll see what a full
year
locked in but a Titans team that is fully invested in Will Levis and Will Levis alone, with a new head coach and just, new offense scheme and everything, new offensive players. We'll see what that looks like. So yeah, I mean, 𝗕𝘂 legitimately could go from third from like, oh, he's the best talent we've seen since Andrew Luck and Peyton Manning, to he is, at least Jacksonville's not a 2 to 3 win team anymore. They're like they're a 7 and 9 win team, but they're still, bottom of the division.
Yeah.
It's like with Colorado, granted, 7 to 9 is a lot more wins than 2 or 3, but still it's like you're still dead last. So whoop-de fucking do, I guess. But yeah, no, I think this golden horse has been beaten to death by now. The Mame is Mame. I think it's Mame. The Mame has been tattered. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Anyways,
I don't know what I was trying to say. Listen, yeah, the Mame. Okay, yeah, the Mame is all ruffled up. It's been beaten to death. All that stuff. That's besides the point. Listen, I may have been born in Alabama, but there were no farms near me, so I apologize. I didn't have horses. Anyways.